What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Roden, and yes, we finally have another 350Z build video. I've been trying to kind of save my money lately, and so I haven't really bought too many things, but then I remembered, wait a minute, for Christmas, my mother, who I love very much, shout out my mom, bought me one of these. LED Underglow lighting. In case you don't know what that is, it's Underglow, baby. It's neon Underglow, and it's called X Bright. I think she got it on Amazon. If you want to know where it is and if you like the product. And this is everything that comes in the box. Obviously, you have your very confusing wiring system here. We'll get into that in a little bit. That's gonna be fun. And then you got your little remote that you hold inside the car. Just change it on or off or whatever you want to do. And then you got your LED lights right here. It also gives you a bunch of zip ties, so you can zip tie it to things if you want to. Or it also has 3M tape all on it if you want to do 3M tape. We're probably going to do 3M tape, but if that doesn't work, we will use the zip ties. These are the instructions in case you need them. It's pretty simple though. The long strips go on the sides, the smaller strips go on the front, and then all these little... You might need the instructions for the wiring though, because that's a little bit confusing, but I'll read that when I need it. But anyway, first thing you want to do before you do any of this freaking, you know, putting it on the car, or even putting the car in the air, is actually just make sure that all these lights work and aren't busted up. And you literally can just do that by plugging it into the car and just seeing if it's working. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick before we even get started, just so I can make sure that this light thing works and the remote works and stuff. And then we'll actually get into the car. We're gonna lift it into the air, and I think Eric's coming by in a little bit, and he's gonna help me out putting it on. This piece here that goes into the car with a little switch on the back of it is if you have a cigarette lighter or a power little plug that you can plug it into in the car. I do. If you don't, they'll give you one of these too. You get the ground wire and a power wire. If you don't have a power like output for the car and you need to hook it up to the battery, this goes on the positive terminal. This goes, the black wire literally goes anywhere on the car, and you can still turn it on and off with your little you know, boop, boop, there. But yeah, I don't want to do that. That's a lot of extra work that I don't need to do, and so I just put this one on instead. In order to take these off and put them back on, it's just this little thing here. You like unscrew it, pull that out, plug the other one in. It's much smarter for you to just check to make sure the lights actually light up. So plug it in, turn your car's battery on, then press the button to turn it on. Eric's here! What up, Eric? And then,
oh, you got everything laid out already.
Yeah, man. Then you come back.
My ears need to pop so bad, but they won't.
Just turn it on with a button, and then just check to make sure it's all lighting up and everything's good. And then you're all set. So,
yeah, look at the video how to do this. It seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, yeah.
You know, the hour install.
Yeah, I know. Dude, it's gonna be terrible. Alright, so we put the car in the air. I have a slight problem with my coilover over here.
He's been driving like that for like 2 weeks now.
Listen, that's not my fault, okay? It might be, but I feel like we put that back. I don't know. That is some weird, wacky stuff going on. So I might have literally forgot to put the bolt back in the coilover, which is nice, but whatever, it's fine. Now we got it up in the air, and we're just cleaning off the areas that we're gonna be applying the 3M tape, because this 3M tape is very iffy. You need it to be like clean as hell. So alright, so we're lining it up on each side. We're just going to measure. We're putting this one on first. We lined it up where I want it. And then we're just going to measure where it starts to the first bolt hole on the side skirt. And then do it the same way on that side. And yeah, Eric's just kind of peeling it back and applying the pressure. All we used to clean this off, by the way, was brake clean and a rag. And it sticks like magic, so we're good.
Yeah, it's sticking really nice.
And for the wires, I still don't know what our plans are for the wires, to be honest. But Eric, we're actually going to have to... It's actually going to be a little bit easier than I thought, because we're going to have to feed the wires in from the inside. So all we have to do is find the hole on the inside.
Oh, that's not bad actually then. Because we already looked by the firewall, couldn't find it.
There's too much Nissan stuff going on up here. So, but the front, we had a plan to put it on the radiator support, but it's long, so I don't know. We might try to mount this bumper up more on each side, and then mount it on the bottom of the bumper.
I think that shouldn't be too bad, because there's like small
so many little,
just like zip tie this thing up.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't want the front to like rip off and then tug on the wiring. And
yeah, that would suck ass.
I'm sure that's a lot of struggles for most people.
And then the back, we don't know. Probably the crash bar.
A questionable area.
Yeah, the back is questionable.
I think we'll be all right.
Most likely either the crash bar or the or this heat shield here. But the heat shield, the problem with the heat shield is it's incredibly short. It's really far up and it's bumpy too, so it won't stick perfectly. So probably the crash bar. Eric also already cleaned off the crash bar, so probably the crash bar.
I'm gonna hit it one more time just because it's like that oxidized aluminum. Want to make sure it's solid. But I'm gonna leave the last end, so once this is off, we can just like peel that off, tap it up real quick.
Yeah, and so yeah, now this is the wire where it plugs into what's in the cabin right now, but it's we gotta feed it through here somewhere, and then all the wires are just gonna go somewhere. We gotta tuck them up obviously and make sure that they're not hanging down like this. That's what happened with this O2 sensor. That's why there's electrical tape on it.
This is the first thing I've ever wired in. If that's, I mean, I guess it's like plug and play in a weird way, but yeah.
All right, we're gonna do the other side and then hopefully the back, and then we'll do the front. We'll have to match it up. All right, so we got them all lined up. We figured everything out. These went on super easy. No problems here. The ones on the side skirts, and we just kind of put it right behind the side skirt so you can't see it from the outside, but right before the pinch weld, so that the pinch weld doesn't block the light. So it goes across there. It's actually a perfect fit right between the bolts too. And that's on each side. On the trunk, we put it on the crash bar back here, up there. This like little lip from the back bumper might make it a little bit weird, but I don't think so. I think it's far enough away.
Also trim like to where these holes are. You could trim it back a little bit, so if ever disrupts it, you can cut it back, let it shine the light down.
Yeah, you right. Wires. And then the front, we actually just drilled a couple more holes in the bumper, put the bumper up more so it stops scraping on the ground, and then just put it on the bumper where it's not going to scrape. So now if it scrapes, it bounces off here, but it won't scrape the thing. We actually, Eric lined it up with the lines of the car too, so that's just going to look good.
Backs, we could tuck this right up through here.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's already a lot of wire that goes through. Now we just gotta find the holes.
Yeah.
Connect the wires. Plug it in.
So we're gonna drop it, and then I will get in the.
Like we're not lowering it off the lift. We're dropping this bitch off.
Yeah, we're just gonna push it off the lift. We're just gonna get on this side. It's too much work to put it off.
Me and Mark are just gonna hang on one side and like wiggle it down.
And then we're gonna get somebody inside. We're gonna raise it back up on the lift, and then this person on the inside is gonna feed it down to whoever's sitting down here, and grab the. Grab the freaking wire and then plug it in. That's the plan. Hi, Ben.
What up, Mark?
You guys haven't seen Ben in a while either.
Dude, he left
Ben.
the car scene. He's now a
yeah, look at this, dude.
860 bike life boy.
Yeah.
Catch Ben out in Hartford.
You should have seen him pulling up, guys. He was dragging on the back.
It was actually terrifying coming up this.
This thing is pretty sweet, though, Ben.
Coming up this thing.
You still got the Beamer, though, right?
Yeah.
Do you still have the Supermoto, or did you? No.
Traded, right? Yeah. That's sick.
Well, yeah, Ben's got a Harley, and he's also here. So hello, Ben. We obviously we stuck it all on. We lowered the car, and we needed to get the wires through to the engine bay so that we could well, plug it in underneath the car, and with it looking clean. Our original plan was to make it go through the back drain plug back here for the back one at least, so that it was easier and didn't have to go run all the way up underneath the car. But unfortunately, when we put it in that way, it makes it way too tight, so the wires can't fit through here anymore. And so we had to bring it back up through here. But luckily the wires are pretty damn long, so most likely we'll be able to get it. Now what we're doing is, this is, in order to get to this, by the way, if you have a 350Z, this is where your ECU wiring harness goes. There's a little rubber grommet there. And we popped the rubber grommet off, fed it up here, and then we cut a little slit in the rubber grommet so that we can get the wires through here. So that way we don't have a big hole there, because obviously you don't want a hole there. When your ECU's right there, it's going to get water on it.
Yeah, this is terrible. Don't ever wire anything. This is why I don't wire stuff. This is why I've avoided running wire.
And then Eric, to make it cleaner too, because there's a little plastic piece that goes over the battery here and the fuse box and everything. He cut a hole through here, this little piece here, and the wire is going to go running through here and then into there, and it's everything's going to drop down there and then plug in underneath the car. That's the plan right now. And then after we do this, I'll lift the car up and then we'll plug it all in and I'll show you guys that.
Hopefully it works. Your cigarette lighter work?
Yeah,
okay.
I tested it. Remember I was showing you how it was working before we got
here? Yeah, just making sure. So it only works with a cigarette lighter? support. Look at this guy critiquing more.
Dude, this guy has been critiquing
He buys
all
something
day.
new. Finances his first doodad.
He was making fun of me for my little wiener sticking up right here.
Sorry, Ben. I still have your footprint on my back from carrying you up to the top, bro.
Oh, yeah?
See how it is.
Bike, look at that bike though. That is a pretty cool bike. You're not gonna lie.
At least someone.
But now he thinks he's like freaking the chief of
You
police
should
or
have seen
something.
him pull up. He was literally scraping the fender up on the gravel, dude. The
He
kid's
pulled up
crazy.
and he was beating up He was beating up
I
12-year-old
didn't hear the
kids.
bike. I just heard bike life, bike life. This guy is filming a clip. Slacker.
All right, so we got it all through that rubber, grommet up there, and we pulled it down kind of right next to the transmission right here on the right side. And one of these wires went this way. We tucked it up under here, and it went down here, and this is the other one, and it connects right here. We're gonna obviously have to zip tie this up here somewhere, probably like right there.
Good thing your boy's certified in zip tie.
Yep, right there. And then we got this one. This one's gonna be a pain. I'm gonna zip tie it over here on the tranny though.
We'll let Mark do that one, so if it gets messed up, he can only yell at himself.
Like that. So like that right there, because that one can't touch the exhaust. It's so close. And this really long one right here. Now you guys can't see anything. But this one right here, it goes all the way back. It connects right here, which is right next to the X pipe. That's the X pipe right there. It's right here, which goes all the way back right there, right here, all the way to the one on the back bumper. Couple zip ties. Couple zip ties and she'll be all set. I'll show you guys the finished result after that. I still have one hanging because we have to drop it back down and feed it to this one, but we're gonna feed it up through here. So that's the plan. Okay, boys. So since I suck at filming, we clipped them all together though and zip tied them all up on the car. Cut the zip ties, put all the little pieces on the inside in. I just gotta put the pieces for the trunk in, like the spare tire and all these little carpet pieces, and then we can take it off the lift. And the moment of truth. The moment of bloody truth, mate.
I'm scared. Even though
I'm kind of scared too.
Straightforward.
It should be fine, but
I don't know if we should let Ben do the honors because he might mess it up or
yeah, he might
something.
critique it. He'll be like,
Let me do it.
you ain't doing nothing.
What am I doing?
This guy's been critiquing me all day because he got a new hogger and he's like, oh yeah,
4,000 miles.
he's like, oh, I drive and I'm really loud.
What do I gotta do? I wanna do it.
Well, first you gotta put the spare in.
Yeah, no. F that.
Wow, see, that's what I've been working with all day, boys. So if you need to work on your car and you live in Connecticut, don't ask this guy.
Nope, he doesn't know what he's doing. He gave up on cars. He's a quitter. We got everything hooked up.
Everything's hooked up.
As good as it gets here. Should we turn the lights off?
No, not right now. We'll turn it off in a minute.
Alright. Hold on. Let me get this right angle shot.
Alright.
Oh! The back looks good, bro. Not bad.
That's Underglow. Let's go.
Yeah, dude, I told you the back wouldn't be that bad.
This side looks good too.
Look at the back. It's perfect. I thought it was going to be blocked more.
Yeah, that's fine.
Worked out really well.
Dude, that is good.
Oh, wait, how's the front?
Yeah, I'll fill the lights in a second.
Dude, it's looking good. It's looking low up front. He'll be able to see that.
It's kind of hard to see the front, but you're good.
You'll be able to see that that ground real well while you're driving, dude.
Can you set it to one specific color?
Yeah, I don't even know where to put the other ones.
Oh, it's got a remote?
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Turn off the lights so it's Golly.
Let her strobe real quick.
I don't know. I can't see shit on the controller. I don't know which one is strobe.
Oh shit.
This looks dope.
This one too. I don't see how this one's any different than the other one, to be honest. But
Mark's officially a racer.
Mark's officially a racer.
holy fuck! So hardy in this car.
Damn, Mark. Epileptic warning.
Yeah.
Mark does the dirty in the car. You just can see that from the other side.
That little light right there is Mark. Can't see Ben. Now this is dope. Makes me want to get Underglow for the Rex and go drifting at night now.